I was so preoccupied as to whether or not I could buy this collection that I didn't stop to consider whether or not I should. Hi guys, welcome to Hydra Collectibles, where we let our geek flag fly. My name's Luke and I'm your host, and today we're taking a look at Mattel's Jurassic World Amber Collection. Before we get started, I'd like to encourage you to hit that subscribe button. We put out geeky content every week, and if you'd like to be ahead of the curve, you can also hit the bell icon. The Jurassic World Amber Collection, simply known as the Amber Collection amongst fans, is a toy line released in 2019 by Mattel. The line features toys aimed at collectors with movie-accurate sculpts, extensive articulation, and accessories. The line is scaled at 6 inches and fits beautifully within any other similarly scaled action figure lines. However, in 2022, the line would be replaced with a new one called the Hammond Collection, going back to the original smaller scale. So how do I feel about this? If the line has indeed been discontinued, why have I chosen to jump in now? Well, it all boils down to this guy, Dr. Alan Grant. Over the last couple of years, I have been teased with this line with multiple characters and dinosaurs being released, but there was always one missing. That final figure to round off the set and make the whole line worthwhile even after its cancellation. Having Dr. Grant completes the core team, at least for the most part. Of course there are certain characters missing that we will never now own, however with that original movie this certainly does give us a lot to create some awesome displays. Some that I have wanted since my childhood. The Amber Collection may indeed be dead, but I am one happy consumer. So with that, let's take a look at some of the human characters within this line. I have indeed bought some dinosaur figures, but we'll get to those in another video. So kicking things off, let's start with this one right here, Dennis Nedry. This is probably the hardest figure to come by because I believe he was a convention exclusive. Now to be fair, all of these figures are really hard to come by here in the UK, and again we'll get into that in another video. But yeah, here we have Dennis, and this is probably how I'm going to choose to pose him, at least at first, with the Barbasol can. And I absolutely love that this Barbasol can open to reveal the dinosaur embryos beneath. Dennis comes with 2 additional hands, as well as an additional head sculpt covered in the venom from the Dilophosaurus, giving us fans the potential to pose Dennis alongside the Dilophosaurus action figure. Now one of my favourite things about these action figures that I don't think gets enough attention within their reviews is the application of the paint to create dirt. As you can see here, Dennis's shoes and lower trouser leg is absolutely covered in mud, and I really do think this adds to the charm of the figure. And honestly, who doesn't love this amazing Jurassic World bright yellow waterproof coat? Next up we have John Hammond himself, not to be confused with the KFC Colonel. But no, all jokes aside, I absolutely love this figure. You know, there's not many people out there that would choose these human characters. After all, in most toy lines to do with the Jurassic World franchise, it is always the dinosaurs that are the hero. But here we do have Mr. Hammond himself, and he looks absolutely amazing. John Hammond comes with additional hands, much like Dennis Nedry, as well as another face sculpt, this time without his hat. After all, his hat is actually part of that head sculpt on the original figure. Again, as with Dennis, we can see that he has stained trouser legs. Now, obviously, a lot of people might think that this was damage caused to the figure, but no, it was intentionally made this way. After all, we do see John Hammond walking around the park in this suit, and it makes sense that he would pick up a few stains along the way. So this is a really nice touch to these action figures. So as well as his additional hands and additional head sculpt, we also get a couple of accessories. Here we have a raptor egg that John is holding, as well as his trusty cane with the amber containing the mosquito. Next up we have Dr. Ian Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum himself, one of my favourite characters within the Jurassic Park franchise, and yeah, this figure is absolutely amazing. Now it is my understanding that this is the second release of Jeff Goldblum's character Ian Malcolm to be released within the Amber Collection line. I'm not too sure why they've done it twice, however we do have this new figure right here and he looks amazing. So just like the other two, Ian does come with some accessories. You can see him posed here with the glass of water that he uses within the film to explain chaos theory, as well as some interchangeable hands, a walkie-talkie radio, and of course a flare. So yeah, just a little under halfway of going through these figures, and already this team looks amazing. I love the look of these action figures. It's everything I could dream about when I was a child. Speaking of which, here is Ian Malcolm standing next to my original Kenner action figure of the same character. So moving along, we have the first and only female of the group. Now granted, you could argue that all the dinosaurs are female and therefore there are more female characters within the line, but come on guys, that is not the case. Here we have Dr. Ellie Sattler, and yeah, she looks absolutely amazing. She too comes with some additional hands, as well as a second head sculpt of her wearing her glasses. We of course have this awesome utility belt and radio, and this is how I've chosen to pose her. And yeah, she just looks absolutely awesome in amongst this team of action figures. And once again, here she is standing next to her original Kenner depiction from back in the 90s. Next up, we have one of my favourite characters from the original film, Muldoon. I absolutely love this hunter, gameskeeper type character who originally looks after the raptors and rightly so fears them. This character is a real delight to have in the 6-inch action figure form. He comes with 2 additional hands, a second head sculpt with a slightly different look on his face, and of course his hat and gun. Now to be fair, this isn't a gun, is it? This is a taser. I would have much rather seen him with a shotgun or a rifle, but yeah, I understand, I get it. We don't want to, promote gun violence with our action figure toys, so maybe I'll get that swapped out for something more custom later down the line. Now it is worth noting that despite getting these 2 separate head sculpts, the hat is actually interchangeable. That's right, we can take this hat off of this character and place it on either head sculpt. So yeah, already really rounding out this team now. Absolutely love every single one of these so far. Now believe it or not, despite all of the amazing movies this actor has been in, this is my first Samuel L. Jackson action figure, and I absolutely love it. Ray Arnold is not a character that I ever expected to get within a toy line, but yeah, I am so glad that we actually have him. Jurassic Park doesn't have a great number of actors within its cast, and so it makes perfect sense that we would get as many of the actors as possible, least of all Samuel L. Jackson. And I personally think this is a really nice figure. The lab coat looks amazing with the Jurassic Park emblem on it, as well as the pens within his pocket. The tie, the shirt, everything just looks amazing. He too also comes with interchangeable hands, as well as a severed arm. That's right, we don't just get interchangeable hands with this figure, we actually get a prop arm, placing that on Ellie in order to create a shocking discovery for her as she repowers the generators. As well as his severed arm, we also get a Jurassic Park PC, and this is a nice touch. If you can build a diorama, get this thing on a desk, it really does sell the whole theme of the movie. And finally, we have the man of the hour, the reason that led me to buy this entire collection. We have Dr. Alan Grant. I absolutely adore this figure. He looks amazing. So yeah, Dr. Grant I've got posed here holding the Raptor Claw. Now one of the beauties of this action figure, in my opinion, is the fact that they sculpted that Raptor Claw as part of that hand mold, meaning that you don't have to worry about losing this tiny accessory. He too, like the others, comes with additional interchangeable hands, as well as a second head sculpt with glasses. Now to be fair, you can take these glasses off and they do indeed go on the second head sculpt. So you can indeed pick and choose whether or not you want Alan Grant wearing his hat. And of course, how could we have an Alan Grant figure and not have a second flare? So yeah, this was the big selling point for me. Dr. Grant is indeed my favourite character within the Jurassic World franchise, and I absolutely loved and adored his Kenner action figure back when I was a kid. This was certainly one of my favourite toys from my childhood, so having him now in this new awesome 6-inch form just absolutely blows my mind. I am a very happy customer. So here we have the 3 main stars alongside their original Kenner action figures, and these Kenner action figures are mine from when I was a kid, so they really do mean a lot to me. So yeah, I love these Kenner action figures, but boy am I so glad to have these replacements all these years later. So there you have it, these are the 7 human characters that we have been given within the Amber Collection toy line, and I am absolutely blown away. These figures are everything that I could dream of as a kid watching those original Jurassic Park movies. I absolutely love this. Now sadly, with the line being axed, there are 4 characters that we will not be able to get within this amazing setup. That of course includes Dr. Henry Wu, Donald Gennaro, Tim Murphy, and of course Lex. But as sad as that is, I cannot stress enough how much I do indeed love these characters, and I can't wait to get them posed alongside some of the dinosaurs that I will show you in a later video. So there you have it, that is the Amber Collection 6-inch line human action figures from Jurassic World. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it makes you want to go out and find these action figures, because I really do think that they have been severely underplayed. And like I say, I will get into the nitty-gritty of that in a future video. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. It really goes a long way to helping the channel grow. And if you haven't already done so, I'd like to encourage you to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, if you like this showcase and you want to see more, check out this one right up here. And until next time, I'll see you in another life. Take care.